Hello guys, welcome back. My name is Unique Aoko. I'm a mother to 3 children. I'm also a self-taught life coach, mentor, relationship expert, and a mediator. And in the previous video, I was just opening up about my experience with narcissistic abuse because I've been a severe victim of narcissistic abuse for close to 5 years, and I'm now in the process of healing, and one way of healing is just to go out there and share your story, to inspire, to motivate, to give hope, to encourage, and to uplift somebody somewhere that might be dealing with the same things that I dealt with unknowingly, yeah? Because it's not like I intentionally went to be in this relationship or I intentionally went for this person, not really. So I was here previously, there's a previous video that I was explaining about my abuse and how it all went down, and I promised to come back and say how it all started. So the thing is, the person that abused me is somebody that was very well known to me, because this is somebody that I'd been seeing for so many years. They were close friends with people that I was with in a relationship at that time, and so they would come around often and I would always see them. So but that time I was in a relationship and they were also in a relationship, and I respect people who are in relationships, especially because you would not want somebody to do to you what you did to others. So if you want people to treat you right, you must treat them right. So I don't really love or like to meddle in relationships that people are already in, yeah, especially if 2 adults are involved. That is good enough, yeah. So you should try and keep as much off as you can. Unknowingly to me, this person was actually eyeing me and stalking me and following my trends and learning me. I didn't know. This went on for close to 10 years when I was the people I had kids with. Then we broke up with the people I had kids with. Then I had to, move on with my life. So I moved out of town and I was in another place and I'd moved on with my life. Actually had a relationship going, a very healthy relationship, which I was very happy in. Then suddenly, in the previous town, there were issues that I had to go attend at the court. Then I'm in this town, and this night I go to dance because I love dancing, and I meet this person, and they're like, "Oh, how are you? Fine. You're back." I'm like, "From where?" "Oh, I thought you went to Europe." And I'm like, "No, I've been in Kenya." And they're like, "Oh, that's nice. I missed you. Where have you been?" Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Oh, I've been in Mombasa." And he's like, "Oh, he told the person like I had kids with had seen him previously there, and I told him that we are no longer together." And I told him, "Yeah, we are not longer together, but I am with somebody. I'm in a relationship." And he was like, "Oh, that's nice. I'm also in a relationship." Yeah. And I just went my way and I was having fun. And I don't know what happened in the process because it's night. Yeah, darkness and toxic is going on around the air. And I think we hooked up somehow and ended up sleeping at his place, and I could not go on with the relationship I was in, because I'm that kind of a person. Once I mess up, unakuwa friend zoned, yeah. So like I was like something happened, okay, and those things that happen that you have no control over somehow. And so I just found myself fond of this person, and I had to break my other relationship, and I had to come back in town, yeah, because I also had a case going in court. So I was so much needed to attend courts, interviews with my lawyer, summons, etc., meeting people on the ground, because it was a land case issue that was being handled in a Malindi court. So I had to go back to Malindi to stay there so that I could supervise whatever that was happening in court. Though after I met this person, he was like, "Oh, my relationship is not also so good. I don't trust this person I'm in a relationship with." And he told me so many things. And when he told me those things, which was negative about that girl, like he was not really trusting her, etc. I told him, "You gotta make a decision for yourself, but at the end of the day, I don't think you're also perfect. Yeah, just advise the way you can advise somebody, because at this point in time, I was not really 100% sure if I was going into a relationship with them fully, yeah. So guys, I'll be back with more. Keep it locked, yeah. Yeah, so since I was in a relationship, I found some loopholes to end the relationship I was in so that I could move back to town and we could move in together with my abuser, because at that time, like, he told me he was just dating somebody that he was not so serious about because he was suspecting her and so many other things, negativity. And because I'd started getting this dose of, how do I call it? I want to have a nickname for it. Let me think of a nickname and I'll be back. Guys, I'll call it a dose of sanitization, okay? You get it? I'll call it a dose of sanitization so that you know what I know. If you know, you know. Okay, let's carry on with the story. So, the dose of sanitization have started sinking in my system. And so, I started getting addicted. And so, I started talking negatively about the other woman because I was starting to get addicted, don't remember, at this point in time. So, and one thing that I'm going to describe here, guys, beg me, forgive me. I'm just giving my story, what I went through, what I experienced. The thing is, honestly speaking, the dose of sanitization, it's like a rebirth. It's out of this realm, yeah? It's something that you can't really explain, you can't put words to it, yeah? That is the whole sanitization experience. If you know, you know what I mean. If you know that you know what I mean. Hope you get it. So it went on, and it was good at first. Honestly speaking, I won't lie, it was nice, it was good. Like, the relationship was perfect in everything. Like, it was too good to be real. It was too perfect to be. I'm back. Sorry, I live around the airport and there's a lot of aircraft sound and activity around. Sorry about that. So guys, as I was saying, you see the sanitization. It's like, for me, it was a new experience. It was a new thing. I love drinking water, lots of water, especially now that it's hot. So it was a new experience for me, and I found it to be very, very blissful, out of this realm, and somehow that got me hooked and addicted. So the person was good also, very, very good at first, very, very good, and everything was going on well until when the 6th month came of this relationship, and there started to be a lot of control in the areas where there was no control before. This was after the love bombing phase, because with narcissists you go through phases. There's a love bombing phase, there's a gaslighting stage, then there's the abandonment stage, there's the ghosting stage, and so many other things that I've read about narcissistic abuse. So at this point in time, I was still very raw, very blank, very, like, I was just clueless. I didn't know what was going on, even in my own life at that time. Though one thing was for sure, I knew I had exchanged realms or something. Like, I knew something had shook me up to my core. Something shook me to my core. I didn't know what exactly it was. I didn't have the right words for it. I just knew that something major had happened to my soul. And so life was good. Life was sweet. Oh my God. I was thanking God until at some point I even started to regret the reason why I didn't first go for him instead of the person the people I had kids with, because I saw him before the people that I had kids with. I had met him earlier on through a mutual friend when they came to my house to play video games back then. I was living a single life with my maid and my babies. And so like my baby, I had one baby back then, sorry. And so I and so life went on. We were living a very, very good life. Everything was perfect, everything was good, everything was okay, like everyone was just fine. And life was blissful, life was happy, apart from one moment of outbursts of anger that I noticed in him. He would have outbursts of anger that was rooftop, like hot boiling anger that you could breathe, you could feel. Like he would get so mad over very little things, which I found to be out of the norms. Like for instance, I had my daughter one time, the teacher came home to tuition her because she was not doing so well and she had missed some lessons. So I just wanted her to be at par and catch up with the rest in school. And so this teacher would always come, and sometimes, because I'm a very I love to host people. Yeah, I'm very I'm more accommodable. Yeah, I love to accommodate people. I love to host people. I love to make people feel at home. I'm generous, and I also just love to make my hospitality. I love people to enjoy my hospitality, especially when they come to my house. It's something that gives me joy. I just do it from my heart. So I would always, this teacher would come. I would, maybe if I've prepared food, I would give him, or I would just make him a cup of tea and everything, and I would see him get so mad, like, and I would wonder, like, what's wrong? He just ate. And he would complain and say, you're my woman, you don't have to serve him, and all those things. Things that to me were just normal, to him would react in ways that would leave me wondering if I really killed someone, or it was as if he would react in a way that it's as if I've just killed somebody. Yeah, and for me, that was very odd. And it was like a red flag that I ignored, I can say now. But by God's grace, I eventually got to set myself loose. So I'm here to narrate my experience, and keep it locked. Don't go anywhere, and God bless you.